another Joshua Live video, and here we go, season 3 of our hybrid design contest. So, anyways, let's get right into this. If you want to, join as well, just enter your hybrids. Just join to the Discord link in the description down below. So, anyways, starting from number 5, we have from King, a crossbreed over here, School of Spinus. So, School of Spinus, this is the art, I would presume, the profile pic. There's only a profile. It's a hybrid of Spinosaurus plus Spinosaurus, the rare Spino. It's a unique because, legendary plus anything would be a unique, right? So, moving on to its stats. It has 4.5k health, 1000 damage, 121 speed, 5% crit, 30% armor. Overall, okay-ish stats. 30% armor plus the 4.5k health is really decently tanky. 121 speeds, not bad either. Damage is lacking a bit, but then again, you already have great health, armor, and speed stats. Okay-ish speed stats. If you're giving it more damage, that would be crazy. So, anyways, moving on to its moveset. So when you look at its moveset, it doesn't even need high damage so much since it does have lethal wound. So, its moveset, Nullifying Strike, Lethal Wound, Distracting Rampage, and Long Protection. Also has Exploitive Counter, whatever this is. Let's read into it. Target is vulnerable for this turn and the next turn. DOT, 0.2% of target's max HP for 3 turns after receiving and surviving a physical act. Okay, this is probably one of the most busted moves I have ever seen, because every time you get hit, it's gonna... because bleed stacks, right? So, first turn, you are doing a DOT for 3 turns. That's 60% of your opponent's HP, right? And then next turn you get hit. That's gonna be 120% of your opponent's HP on the 4th turn. But remember, bleed stacks. So the first turn they're gonna be 20%. Second turn that's 40%. So you're already dealing 60% of their max HP. On turn 2, and don't forget, you also have long protection, so what? That's, oh yeah. You also have a long protection, which makes you even harder to kill with the really tanky stats. This would be slightly busted because just the sheer amount of damage, or you just go lethal wound. You got 33%. That's 53% on turn 1. 53% plus. They literally just die on turn 2. It's impossible for them to survive a second turn. This literally 2 shots everything in the game that does not have immunity or a cleanse. So this might be a bit overpowered. The other moves, Distracting Rampage, all you have to do is lethal wound turn 1, have them hit you for an exploitive counter. That's half their HP gone. Turn 2, use Distracting Rampage or Long Protection. If Distracting Rampage kills, use Distracting Rampage. If it doesn't kill, just Long Protection, and then just so you don't take as much damage. And then no matter what, they just die on turn 2, as long as they're not immune or cleansed. So this might be a bit on the OP side. So anyways, moving on to number 4. Again, School of Spinus. Number 5 by King Crossbreed. Moving on to number 4, we have Spinogaia by Skrill Fury 21, so it's all in this one graphic here. So let me try to read this. So Spinogaia, what is it even made of? Hybrid tree, Spino Gen 2 plus Mirror Gaia, Spinogaia. It's a legendary. That is the art with a very long tail. So there's that. Anyways, let's read the creature description. When the genetic engineers at Jurassic World tried to make the Spino Gen 2 more docile, they fused it with Mirror Gaia, and it's that instead, or indeed, they made an armored carnivore that can I don't know, something keep itself at a good temperature, having both plates and a sail. Anyways, moving on to its stats. Health, I would assume that's 4,000. I mean, you could use a eraser next time. I would assume that's 4,000. And then damage, 1,250. Speed, 121. No armor, and 10% crit. So moving on to its moves, Shielding, Decelerating Strike. It is what it is. Shielding, Decelerating Strike. Lethal Wound. Also has definite rampage, and then regen. And passive as an armor-piercing counter. So with... Wow. This is extremely strong as well. With 1,250 base damage, it has armor-piercing counter. That's a full counter, remember. Like, guys, that's a full counter. Full counter with over 1,000 damage. And has a rampage. And lethal wound as well, not to mention. And regen with 4,000 HP. Regen with 4,000 HP isn't the biggest deal in the world. But this thing does a lot of damage. Also has a shielding D-cell strike, so the speed, even though it's not the greatest, it doesn't matter as much, because you could always shielding D-cell strike to gain speed advantage. You could, you could either do lethal wound or shielding D-cell strike, depending on which one kills on turn 2. Because very likely this will kill something on turn 2. It will kill a lot of things on turn 2, so really strong dino here as well. Again, that's number 4, Spinogaia. By Skrill Fury 21. Moving on to number 3. So, number 3, we have Savraganogaia. Come on, Tim. Temerity always makes these super, like, hard to pronounce names. They're like, I think this is like Greek or something, or Latin, I don't even know. But yeah, this is an Apatosaurus plus Sangaia. This is the art. Really, really great art. I love the colors, by the way. Yeah, it's basically a sauropod with Sangaia, so it's pretty cool. Moving on to its stats and such. It's Apatosaurus plus Sangaia, unique, obviously. Health, 5,020. Attack, 1,250. 15% armor, 5% crit, 118 speed. And it has pinning, shielding, strike. Pinning, shielded strike, D-cell impact, ferocious impact, and regeneration. Wow, ferocious impact. Alright, passive. It has minimal self-inflicting wound. End of each turn, this creature deals 15% of its max health to itself. Damn, that's harsh. Decelerating counterattack deals 1 time damage and reduces target's opponent's speed by 50% for 1 turn. So this is an incredibly strong dino. Obviously with an okay-ish attack stat, like 1.2k is around average. So you got a really good attack stat, you got a counter with that as well, and a ferocious impact at that. Okay-ish speed, it's, it's around that average mark for speed. And then after ferocious impact, you could also have D-cell impact for some more damage. On top of itself, regen with a lot of health. The only thing keeping it from being like absolutely broken is the minimal self-inflicting wound, which it deals 15% of its max HP to itself. It's still really, really strong, but obviously it's not absolutely broken without that. So I like this concept, This is, I think, the first time I've seen this kind of concept that some dinos have passives that, or a move that actually hurts itself, just to make it so that it's more of a reasonable build, right? So, that's a pretty cool concept. Moving on to the creature description. Oh my god, Tim. Savraganogaia. This sauropod is known for its insane self-healing mechanism. I mean, healing 2.5k per, like, pop. Is it like 5,000? Okay. 2.51k. That doesn't even make sense. Anyways. For its insane self-healing mechanism, this creature will deliberately allow carnivores to bite into its flesh in order to impale them with a spike on its tail, knowing that the wound will fully heal in due time. Oh, that's pretty funny. Just imagine, like, something actually wanting stuff to, like, bite it, just so, like, it could actually damage it more. And, like, yeah, no big deal. You just heal it all back. So, that's number 3 by Temerity. Moving on to our runner-up for Season 3. Number 2, we got Scaplavinator by Death Argent. So that's the art. I really like the colors. It's Scaplavinathus plus Diplavinator. Moving on to its components and all that. The stats. So it has 3,650 health, 950 damage, 129 speed. I believe that's a 5% crit, and no armor. Moveset, Distracting Strike, Lethal Swoop, Distracting Impact, Regeneration, with a definite counter and a swap-in distraction. So, a really great kit overall. Distracting Strike is, it's always great to have. A Lethal Swoop is a really, really nice move. Like, Lethal Swoop is a really, it's extremely strong of a move. It's just, that like no other dino in game at the moment other than Steger Rex has it. So that's pretty cool. Distracting impact, that's always good to have. And regen. So basically you can throw out a distracting impact and distracting strike the next turn for just 1 turn of free damage. And then just lethal swoop away or regen if it needs to. Just stall turns for distracting impact, come back on, and then just keep on dealing more damage. Its main damage dealing would be it's either its lethal swoop or its passive, its definite counter, just because its base damage isn't that great. It has a lot of speed. 129 speed is incredible, and not too much base HP, so this is a extremely balanced dino in comparison to the other dinos that we usually see in the hybrid contest. So props for that, props for making it balanced. And yeah, I don't think there's a creature description here, but again, congratulations to Death Argent for their Scapulinator. Also really easy to pronounce name. Alright, moving on to our winner for Season 3. It's the Iman Pro Status by Panic11. That's probably pronounced wrong, but let's check it out. So, I love this art. This art is beautiful. The colors are great. So let's get into this. So it's a legendary. It's Edmontoguandon plus Mysaura. So that's a hybrid of what? Three Hadrosaurs. That's pretty cool. So moving on to stats. 5,500 HP. That's a lot of HP. 1,000 base damage, 112 speed, 10% armor, and then 5% crit. Let's go on. Move on to its moveset first. With Superiority Strike, Regen and Ran, Greater Stunning Impact, and Instant Rampage with a Swap and Stun. So this thing isn't going like its base damage won't do too much, but then again it has some decent multipliers with Greater Stunning Impact and Instant Rampage. The biggest thing about it is its ability to swap and stun and then regen and run with 5,500 HP. That's a lot of HP. Also, it still has 10% armor as well, which I don't think any of its components have. But hey, it's the it's a hybrid creation contest. You go nuts. Yeah. 112 speed isn't actually terrible, but then again, it has Superiority Strikes, so it doesn't have to worry too much about that, and it has like 2 priority moves anyway, so its speed really doesn't matter as much, except for damage dealing, of course. And Swap and Stun, Regen and Run, crazy combo overall. Let's move on to the creature description. This Titanic Ornithopod is the largest Hadrosaur to have been created by InGen, weighing in at 22 tons and topping 65 feet in length. That's all American metrics. This dino is the size of most medium-sized sauropods. So anyways, basically a medium-sized sauropod hadrosaur. So anyways, that was a great design by Panic11. So that's gonna be it for this season 3 of the hybrid design contest. Again, if you want to enter, just join the link down below in the description to join the Discord, and there will be a channel for that. And congratulations to everyone who won this week, and also thanks to everyone else who participated. Again, a lot of great dinos in there. Like some people wanted me to give out some shout outs to some who didn't win. I'll shout a few out over here. Ankylotator by Tiger. I really like the design, and wow, there's so many great ones. Scolodactylus, great colors as well, and some other folks. Scolodactylus by let me see one second, by Microwave. And there was one more that I really liked that didn't actually make the top 5, unfortunately. Oh yes, Cicadas, Mylicosaurus, great design as well. So anyways, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like if you did, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one.